We are hoping the wind is going to be a lot calmer today to help out firefighters battling a growing wildfire in the Gila near Silver City. The Signal Fire has burned about 2,700 acres around Signal Peak. Take a look. These are pictures of the fire from yesterday. That's when it started, and firefighters say winds are pushing it north and east. They've evacuated people living near the fire and shut down part of Highway 15. Hotshot crews and 4 helicopters are trying to fight the fire, and they should get more crews in to help out today. And a fire near Tijeras, near the Duke City, is out this morning. This is the view from Sky News 13 yesterday. You can see the wind whipping around the trees near a small brush fire in the East Mountains. This is just off I-40 west of Tijeras. Luckily, firefighters got it under control pretty quickly. A stretch of Route 66 did have to be closed for a while, and firefighters had actually talked about shutting down I-40, but that did not happen. Well, today we could learn more about what caused a big fire in northeast Albuquerque on Friday.
Yeah, the fire burned through 2 buildings at the Mountain Run Apartments on Eubank near Wantabo. No one was injured, but many residents lost everything. The local Red Cross chapter says they are using money from their disaster relief fund. 13 families were displaced.
We're always ready. We have trained volunteers that are part of the disaster action team, and they work every weekend, every day, whenever they are needed.
Red Cross representatives say that they have plenty of volunteers to help with their casework. Anyone wanting to help with the Disaster Relief Fund can contact the Red Cross directly. Another family is without a home this morning after a fire rips through their apartment. Yesterday, firefighters worked quickly to put out the fire at the Arroyo Villas on Irving in northwest Albuquerque. Firefighters managed to save the family's pets, too. 2 dogs you see here. They were reunited with their family. Crews are investigating the cause of that fire. The autopsy report on a murdered Moriarty woman shows that she was beaten and strangled.
And the man who investigators call a person of interest in the case is still walking around free this morning. Tammy Cessna's body was found inside of her van in January, a few days after she had apparently been killed at the motel where she was staying with a man named Mark Chavez here. There was blood in their room, police say, and Chavez was charged with murder, but investigators let him go because Cessna's cause of death and lab tests had not come back yet. Well, now, about 4 months later, Mr. Chavez is still free, and Ms. Cessna's sister is frustrated.
First it was, they let him out. They let the suspect out because they didn't have a cause of death, and then now they have a cause of death, and now we have to wait for the evidence, and it's just, it just keeps changing.
Moriarty police say Chavez is still a person of interest in the case, but it may be another month before they get the results from the crime lab and evidence they are waiting for. Police insist they are keeping track of Chavez. Well, investigators need your help this morning to find out more about a man found dead in a tunnel under I-40 west of Albuquerque this weekend. Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies were called out to this tunnel west of the Atrisco Vista exit Saturday night. It's where they found the body of a man. They think he's in his 30s. He's between 5'8" and 5'10", and he weighs about 170 pounds. Deputies are not saying much else right now, only calling his death suspicious. They're waiting for the autopsy results to see how the man died.
The investigation continues into the recent shooting death of a Las Vegas, New Mexico man who was killed by state police. Officers went to a Las Vegas mobile home park last week after a call that 48-year-old Arsenio Lujan was suicidal. They say he was carrying a rifle as they tried to talk him down, and they ended up shooting him when officials say he pointed the weapon at cops. Police say Lujan, who worked for the city parks department, had a problem at work, but it is not clear if that is what got him upset. At this point, the Las Vegas city manager could not say whether Lujan had been fired or escorted perhaps off city property. A former sheriff who helped to pass laws that allow for your car to be seized if you are a repeat drunk driver seems to have had a change of heart.
Yes, this comes after the ex-sheriff Greg Solano says his own car has been seized unfairly. Greg's daughter, Sylvia Solano, had crashed his BMW in a neighborhood in Santa Fe. Investigators say she blew a .24 and was arrested on DWI charges. And because it was her second, the city kept the car and moved forward with seizing it and selling it. Mr. Solano says he did not loan his daughter the car the night and didn't even know she had taken it. He says because she took the car without his consent, he should get the car back. So Solano is appealing, but the city has already said no.
This has changed my perspective on it a lot. Not just because my car was taken, but because the whole process just seems so stacked against you and seems so unfair.
Mr. Solano is now suing the city, claiming the DWI forfeiture rules like the one he once pushed are unconstitutional. He was a Santa Fe County Sheriff for 8 years until he was caught stealing department equipment and selling it on eBay. All right, 5:37. Tesla is still waiting to say where it's going to build its multi-billion-dollar battery plant, possibly here in New Mexico. And we know this morning, wherever it is, it will not be making battery packs for Toyotas anymore. Bloomberg News is reporting Tesla will stop making batteries and engines for the RAV4 this year. The reason? Well, Tesla says Toyota is going to stop making the RAV4. Toyota has not confirmed that, but Tesla does say that this will not affect the battery plant that's going to be made for the lithium-ion batteries. It's going to try to produce a cheaper battery model, Tesla, one that's in the $30,000 to $40,000 range instead of the $70,000 to $80,000 range like the Tesla Model S costs right now.